myself. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. By this point in time, there are no adequate words to describe just how abysmal this channel has become. So I made that introduction, and I think that sums up everything quite clearly for you. It's common knowledge, ladies and gentlemen, that nowadays the internet is infested with many awful diseases. Clickbaiters, Karens, flat earthers, pickup artists, just to name a few. However, one crime against sanity that I still haven't really talked about is fake motivational content. You know the stuff I'm on about, ladies and gentlemen, the type of content that attempts to masquerade as inspiring or uplifting or motivational, when in reality it's just a shallow waste of time. Someone will just say words at a camera for like 5 minutes in the hope that it makes a coherent sentence, and then they'll thoroughly abuse some sad piano music and some stock image of people looking mildly constipated. And they'll throw all that together, and that somehow constitutes a motivational video. Now, over the last 5 years or so, fake motivational content has spread out across the internet and evolved and mutated into many twisted forms, to the point where there are so many different subgenres of fake motivational content that it would be physically impossible to try and talk about all of them in one video. There's just so much of it, it would kill me. So for the sake of what's left of my mental sanity, today we're only going to focus on one particular type of fake motivational content, and that is the motivational entrepreneurs of the internet. Ah yes, entrepreneur. Another word that has been completely destroyed by the internet. Once upon a time, the word entrepreneur actually used to mean something. Nowadays though, entrepreneur is just a meaningless word that people put in their bios to try and sound more impressive. Yeah dude, I consider myself an entrepreneur, because it sounds better than saying I'm unemployed. Now, I found that these motivational entrepreneurs are particularly rampant on Instagram, a site that I thoroughly despise for so many different reasons. If you go to Instagram, it'll take you about 30 seconds to find hundreds and hundreds of carbon copy motivational entrepreneur pages, all of which are pretending to be more successful than they actually are, all of which just post random crap about hustling or grinding, or working till you get to the top. They never mention how to do these things, they just say that you gotta do them. Respect the hustle, guys, am I right? All of these pages will spam post completely pointless crap like this, because apparently this is all it takes to become a successful entrepreneur these days. You just post a completely pointless picture with an equally nonsensical quote over the top, and boom, you've made it. Welcome to the big game, my son. Walk like a king. Walk like you are the king, or like you don't care who is the king, by investing mentors. Well, thanks for that. Just one question, sir. How exactly is this gonna help me with, I don't know, investing? Or any kind of business, now that I think about it? Oh, pardon me there, sir. I couldn't help noticing that you're walking like a king. How would you like to become the CAO of Microsoft? I don't worry, I win. To risk repeating myself, how the fuck is this even remotely helpful? Right, hello everybody, thank you very much for coming to my business course today, I very much appreciate it. Today I'm going to be showing you how to start up your own successful business and take that business to a point where you're making 6 figures a month. That's right. So without further ado, let's get into it and start off simple. In order to achieve this, you're going to want to win. That's it, yeah, you just win. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Question at the back there. What's that? Oh, what do we win? Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Just yeah. Oh, another question there. How do we win? Oh, just figure it out yourself. Just figure it out yourself, man. I mean, it's not hard. Come on. If you are not doing what you love, you are wasting your time. Apparently, as I'm not masturbating right now, I'm wasting my time. This is so eye-opening, guys. Why entrepreneurs often have fewer friends. The average person doesn't understand an above-average mindset. The average person is everything but ambitious. There are only few real hustlers in this world. Oh, good grief. Oh, good God. This is worse than I thought. People actually believe this. People actually read this and think, yeah, I'm gonna make it. God almighty, I hate humans. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but if you have a friend or a family member that genuinely believes and subscribes to this sort of stuff, I'm sorry to have to tell you there's no saving them. There's no cure. There's no way of reversing the amount of stupidity that they've ingested into their system. The only thing you can do at this point is take them outside and shoot them. Trust me, you'll be doing them a mercy. Be yourself. Unapologetic. Well, I mean, this is just brain damaging, isn't it? I'm honestly not sure I can say anything about this one. Like, I mean, what is there to say? Really, what is there to say? Basically, if you can't see what's wrong with this picture in particular, you're beyond hell. The more observant among you will have noticed by this point that all of these motivational pictures all are exactly the same as one another. The process behind them all boils down to the exact same thing. You take a picture of a celebrity, or a well-dressed person, or a car, or something that's generally quite expensive. And then all we're going to do is think of something that sounds vaguely motivational. It doesn't matter whether it makes sense or not, it just has to sound reasonably motivational. And then boom, you stick that over the top of your picture and you're done. Post it to Instagram and wait for the morons to flood it with likes. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. How to be a successful entrepreneur with Mother Moocake. To further prove how lazy and useless this kind of content is, I actually went to the trouble of making a few of my own motivational entrepreneur pictures, just to really try and ram it home how uninspiringly pointless this kind of content is. So the first one I've made simply says, "I'm not a loser, I'm a winner," which is a completely pointless statement. It's got no message, it's got no purpose, it doesn't even have a meaning. It's just a load of random words stuck over the picture of a nice looking car. The more you look at it, the more your brain cells want to die, the more you realise it has no meaning whatsoever. It is just completely pointless. It sums up this kind of content perfectly. And you know for a fact that if I stuck this on Instagram and tagged it as inspirational or entrepreneurial, it would blow the fuck up. The second one I've made here simply says, "I'm an entitled shithead." That's what a lot of this motivational entrepreneur stuff seems to boil down to, being way too far up your own colon. And then the final one I've done here reads, "The secret to my success is being very vague about it on the internet." Because that is the key to making motivational entrepreneur pictures. You don't offer any actual advice or support or help. You basically just flex in a very vague and unconvincing manner, and then you just wait for the Instagram likes to roll in. It is that simple. So simple it's painful. Now it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen, don't you fret. The pictures I've been showing you so far, that's just stage one of the motivational entrepreneur rabbit hole. We're now moving on to stage 2, so please take a moment now to check your hazmat suits, as any discrepancies with them could lead to fatalities. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's delve into the world of motivational entrepreneur videos, which are just as bad as they sound.
If you ever see me in a Rolls Royce, a 6 or 7-star hotel, living my life to the fullest, don't get jealous of me, because I work my ass off to get it. Nobody handed me nothing. Wake your ass up.
Now let's take a moment here, ladies and gents, and consider the snippet of video that I just showed you. I'd like you to stop for a few moments and just ask yourself 3 questions about what you saw. Number 1, what did it teach you? Number 2, what message did it convey? Number 3, what did you learn from it? And the answer to all 3 of those questions is, of course, nothing. All of these motivational videos boil down to the same thing. Once you've seen one of them, you've seen them all. It's just a load of motivational music, a load of clips of people looking done with life, and some angry bastards shouting random words over the top of it all. None of it contributes in any way to anything. It's all so vague that it makes you want to throw yourself out a window.
Awaken the beast inside. It's game on. It's go season. It's time for you to take advantage of the access and the resources that you have in your country and your community.
To make a video about being a motivational entrepreneur, you've just got to start saying shit. Just start talking random words in a disjointed and angry fashion as motivational music plays in the background. Just keep going. Just keep saying fucking nonsense at the camera. No resting, no stopping. You just gotta hustle and grind and keep spouting bollocks till eventually you get a few minutes of usable audio.
An entrepreneur is someone that would never call himself an entrepreneur.
Well, that's all the Instagram accounts fucked, isn't it?
An entrepreneur's drug is success. He is addicted to success. And finally, the entrepreneur knows one simple fact. I will make it, maybe not immediately, but absolutely and definitely.
Is it just me, right? Or does this stuff sound like some sort of crackpot dictator giving a speech? Yes, comrade, we will achieve success. and greatness in our Soviet communist state by uploading shitty pictures to Instagram. Yes, we will achieve greatness, and anyone that stands in our way will be sent to Gulag. Needless to say, ladies and gentlemen, this type of content is not helpful in the slightest. It tries to describe itself as uplifting or inspiring or helpful in some way, but it's not. And if you've got two brain cells to rub together, you can probably see that for yourself. But just in case you're still a little unconvinced, allow me to show you the worst example of this content that I had the misfortune of finding, which of course comes from none other than Jake Paul.
I'm a nonce, Deji.
Anyone even vaguely familiar with my atrocious content will know that I have a particular disdain for Jake Paul. Just everything about him thoroughly irritates me. I mean, just look at his face. Just look at it. Doesn't it make you uncontrollably angry? A lot of you might not be aware of this, but Jake Paul actually has a second YouTube channel. A channel that he abandoned a few years ago now. That channel is called Jake Paul Biz. Jake Paul, as I'm sure you're aware, likes to think of himself as a businessman. He's not, by the way. He's a complete moron. But he likes to think that he's some sort of amazing, free-thinking entrepreneur, and a few years ago he set up this second YouTube channel in an attempt to try and give his subscribers, that's right, motivational entrepreneur advice. Basically exactly the same as all the stuff I've shown you so far. The only difference is it somehow manages to be 100 times worse. You take an already shit form of content and then you combine it with the man that thought that this was a good idea.
It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow.
And the results are about as appalling as you'd imagine.
What's up, Jake Paul Biz, coming to you from a hotel room, and I'm just gonna go in. You cannot be afraid to fail. I see so many people that are afraid to fail. They're like, oh, I have to do this because I'm in college. Okay, well, you go out of college, you work on your startup, it fails. What do? You go back to college. But guess what you can't do? You can't ever get that moment of opportunity back where you were going to work on your startup. Okay.
I feel like I'm having a fucking fever dream watching this. Like, genuinely, what am I watching?
You cannot be afraid to fail. And really when you learn stuff is by making mistakes. So if you just live this life of comfortability, you will never really learn anything of meaning. You're just gonna always be successful.
Look at the haunted expression in his eyes. He's clearly got no idea what he's talking about. What amazes me most of all is that he recorded this travesty, he sat down, he rewatched it, and then he went, this is great, I'm gonna put it on the internet.
As a matter of fact, don't be afraid to fail, like, fail. Literally fail. Do it. I don't know what else to say. Peace.
I mean, if you weren't convinced that that entire video is a train wreck, surely the ending. Oh my god. It's just so stupid. What's that? You want some motivational advice from Jake Paul? Fail. You will fail, you should fail, and you suck shit. Which is probably what Jake Paul thinks of you anyway. These videos, in my opinion, prove more than anything else that Jake Paul is utterly talentless. Without his scriptwriters, and his editors, and his marketing team, this is what he's like. A bumbling, completely incompetent sack of skin that has no idea what he's saying or doing.
All it takes for motivation is for you to be on the move. You just gotta get up and go. Like, start now, start simple. There's a lot to do in your life, and there's not a lot of time. And some of you might feel down, you might feel like you're not ready to take over the world. You gotta punch yourself in the face and get motivated, okay?
I hate him. I hate him so much.
Oh, there's a person.
We're gonna run into people.
We're gonna run into people. See, but you still do. Oh, she left. All right, let's motivate again.
All right, motivate.
And we gotta get this right now. Success grows, and if you just set goals for yourself, you can attack it right now. I don't care if you feel depressed. I don't care. Like get rid of those feelings. Tell yourself you can. Tell yourself I will be successful.
Oh, what's that? You're depressed? Or you're feeling low about yourself? You're struggling financially? You have no time to pursue your dreams because you're working a 9 to 5 all the time to meet ends meet? Well, you just gotta get rid of those feelings, haven't you, you pussy? Jake Paul and his business content are the textbook definitions of unhelpful and out of touch. And that is why I cite them as the perfect examples of why all this motivational entrepreneur content is completely useless. It is not helpful in any way at all. In fact, in most of the cases, it doesn't even offer bad advice. It offers no advice at all. It is simply a poor excuse for people in very privileged positions to flex on you. Me doing good. Me have nice suit and nice car. You could do good too. but you loser, me not loser. Stop being pussy. The two Jake Paul videos I've showed you, by the way, have almost identical titles, which proves to me that not only is he talentless, but he's also lazy and unimaginative. That's not very entrepreneurial of you now, is it, Jake? I freely admit that I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but that is because I will take any excuse to insult Jake Paul. Any at all. Basically, moral of the story is, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur or successful in general, these motivational videos, motivational pictures, they will not help you at all in any way, shape or form. In order to be successful, you need to work hard at something, likely for a very long time. However, you also need actual good advice and information from credible sources like a university or a business degree, not from shitty Instagram accounts. Chances are these entrepreneurs aren't even entrepreneurs. They're likely people that just got a little bit lucky, are in a very privileged position, don't have a 9-to-5, and therefore consider themselves hustlers that are ahead of the game. All of these motivational Instagram entrepreneurs, they always feel the need to constantly remind you that they're successful or important or motivated. And in my experience, anyone that has to keep reminding you that they are something, that probably means that they are not that thing. So why would you bother listening to these accounts in the first place, huh? Or, to put it in the language of these brain-dead Instagram entrepreneurs, if you want to drive Rolls-Royce, then stop taking advice from Toyota drivers. That's going to do it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed, why not leave a like and subscribe to the channel to prove that you are an epic, motivated hustler that's ahead of the game, and definitely not a basement-dwelling loser that's posting crap on Instagram in the hope of further fueling their insufferably warped ego. Any support is massively appreciated, and remember, fail. Literally fail. Do it. I don't know what else to say.